同学们好.
老师好，
Hello. It is class 20 of the second section. It is the 12th of October. So this should be probably the last movement that we'll learn. We'll finish learning movements today. Then we'll have a week to do, 2 weeks to do review, and then we'll start with the third section in this time slot. On this channel in November. Uh, so let us begin with our standing practice. And because we're doing kicks and turns and we're doing a lot of one-legged stuff, we'll actually do, in addition to our normal two-legged stance, we'll do one leg again. But let's just begin with the standard pole stance, Zhuang. So feet shoulder width or a little bit wider. And bend the knees and hold, get the hands up. And the reason why I find this really useful is it trains my body to know what the posture should feel like. And then when I do the form every once in a while, I go, hey, that's not what it feels like when I do standing practice, and I know I have to stop and fix it. So let us just go through the posture checks. You know them, so I'll just give the summary. So first is head up. Then shoulders down, elbows down. Number 3 is absorb the chest and round the back. And the last one is relax the waist. And actually, it's important to check the lower body. So check your feet. Your weight is even on the whole sole of the foot, both forward, back. Call that weight over the bubbling well, and left, right. Now, usually we check that by saying crotch rounded. So today I'm going to spend a little bit more time on breath because the posture helps us with our breathing. So as you're in the posture, attend to your abdomen and see when you breathe in if you can detect your abdomen expanding. And when you breathe out, it contracts. And so we're breathing naturally through the nose. And the posture is to help us have as much expansion when we breathe in and contraction when we breathe out. So to test that, we can do that on all the postures, but let's just look at the waist, which is the position of the hip. So we're dropping the hip straight down. Check your breathing. Now tilt your pelvis in a little bit, like tuck your tailbone in a little bit more and see if your breath is tighter or looser. If your breath becomes easier, tilt a little bit more in that direction. But if your breath gets tighter, let go a little bit. And so tilt your tailbone in until you find your breath gets stiff, then go the other way. A little bit. Does your breath get easier? Good. Go a little bit further. It's tighter again. So by going forwards and backwards, you can find the sweet spot for your body today of your hips. And you can do the same with degree to which you're absorbing your chest, how much your shoulders are sinking down, and the angle of your head. And relax. Let's do standing practice on one leg. So one foot to the corner, bend the knee. Other foot out straight, and let's just get our chest and our gaze right first. So my chest is pointing in the same direction as my supporting foot, but my gaze is in the forward direction, 45 degrees off, because my foot's to the corner, so I'm looking to the straight direction. Now straighten your back leg and bring the foot in. If your balance is good, and this is not really balance, this is posture, just touch with your toe. And actually today, while you're touching with your toe, turn your foot in slightly so that your sole of your foot is pointing at the supporting leg, at the standing leg. We'll do 1 minute. So head up. It's harder to do these when you're on one leg. Shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. Absorb the chest, a nice big circle with the arms round. Relax the waist, drop the hips down. And make sure that your weight is even on your foot, especially front and back. It's easy, I find, to tilt backward so that there's more weight on my heel. So if necessary, lean your whole body like a pole just a little bit in the direction of the toe of the standing foot so that the weight is even on the whole foot. Let's change to the other side. So sink, put the foot that was up down 45 degrees, bend it. Front leg out straight. Let's just get the chest right. So turn the chest to the corner, but you're looking straight ahead over your shoulder. Straighten the back leg. You want, bring the front foot in, touch with your tiptoe, tilt the foot in slightly, and let's do 1 minute. Feel the weight on the foot, sole and heel equal, inside, outside equal. If your balance is not good, it's fine. Just put your toe down to catch yourself. This is not really about balance. This is posture. The standing leg is straight but not locked. Relax the waist. Drop the tailbone down. Absorb the chest. And round the back by pulling out at the elbows. That might have made your shoulders hike up, so sink your shoulders down, drop the elbows. Make sure you've got a sense of extension, but not too much. And now push up with the top of your head and feel everything sinking down from the shoulders, from the neck down, and feel the weight on your feet change to the other side. Again, your leg is bent. Just check your chest direction to the corner, looking in the straight direction. I actually feel a nice stretch in my neck here. Come up. If you want, you can lift the foot and add balance to the challenge, but don't feel you need to. We'll do 30 seconds in this one. Head up, shoulders down. Absorb the chest. Round the back. Relax the waist. Feel the weight on the standing foot. And feel your crotch rounded so the up leg is pointing in the straight direction and the up foot sole is pointing at the standing leg. Drop down, change to the other side. Again, let's just start. Make sure we've got the chest going to the corner, head going to the front, straighten the back leg, touch with the toe if you want to lift the leg. So the up leg is tilted in slightly to protect your groin. Head up. Shoulders sinking, elbows dropping. Back rounded. Nice big ball on your arms. Relax the waist. And check what your weight is doing on the standing leg. Even. Weight over the bubbling well. And that's 30 seconds. And let's stop right there. So that's our standing practice. Like everything else, everybody says just a couple of minutes a day. So if you have a couple of extra minutes a day, Actually, if you just do this for a couple of minutes before you start your daily practice, if you have a daily practice, I find that's very helpful. Tessie, great to see you. Welcome. Okay, so let us practice together. As I said last week, since we're getting near the end of the second section, we're not going to go through the whole second section. We'll start at the end of single whip, and we'll do cloud hands and then go through to where we finished last week, which was the left heel kick after punching opponent's ears. So I'll go in the same direction to you. Assume you're starting facing the front. Cloud hands. 2, 3, single whip. High path on horse. Right separation kick, transition. Right separation kick. Left separation kick, transition. Left separation kick. Turn body. Left heel kick. Left brush knee. Right brush knee. Step forward, punching down. Turn body. Chop with fist. Step forward, parry, block, and punch. Right heel kick. Right strike tiger. Oh, it's left. Right strike tiger. Right heel kick. Twin fists. Boxing opponent's ears. Left heel kick. And stop. Okay, let's do that again. And let's start again in the single whip, going to cloud hands. So you would be going towards the 9 o'clock direction after single whip. I'm going to practice facing you this way. So we're in single whip, cloud hands. 1. I'll give some more cues. Step double wide for 2. Step in, shoulder width. And again, step double wide. 3. Here you're stepping to the corner with the right foot into single whip. High pat on horse, shifting weight back onto the right foot. Empty stance, ball touch as you strike out. Right separation kick transition with the body turning open to the right, arms cross, your step to a bow stance almost to the corner with the left leg. Pull open. Now with the body turning, cross your arms as you look to the left-hand corner, stand up and right separation kick, left separation kick, transition, turn body, left heel kick. So you're going to sink into an empty stance, stand up, heel kick with the left leg. Left brush knee, 360-degree circle with the right arm as you step into a bow stance with your left leg and push forward. Right brush knee, step through to a bow stance on the right. And we're going to do step forward punching down, which is another bow stance, stepping through, look to the side and punch down. Turn body chop with this. Straighten up your body a little, turn to the right, the pivot on the left heel, left foot 135 degrees, sit back on the left leg, you're going in the opposite direction. Heel touch, bow stance width as you chop, and then shift forward as you strike with the left arm. Parry, block, and punch. Shifting the weight back, raise the right palm in front of the right shoulder, push out with the right arm, then parry down, step through, deflect down, step through, block with the left arm, punch with the right arm. Right heel kick, shift weight back slightly, open the left toe, both arms open, circle the right arm down and up, cross your arms, heel kick with the right leg. Strike tiger, sink, heel touch. Left arm comes all the way across as you step out to a bow stance with the left leg, and both arms strike in. Right strike tiger, pivot on the left heel, the whole body turns, arms don't change. Sink onto the left leg, both arms to the side as you look to the front, arms circle, and strike. Left heel kick. With body turning, open the left leg, arms don't change. Now shift your weight onto the left, connect out with the left arm, right arm circles down and up to cross arms, right heel kick. Twin fist boxing opponent's ears. With body turning, turn the left foot through 45 degrees to the side. Both arms come down as the heel touches, make a circle at the bottom, strike up to your opponent's temple. Left heel kick with weight shifting forward, both arms come down, rotate as you stand up, look to the side, flex the left foot, heel kick, and stop. Okay. So a couple of things that I saw that I wanted to talk about. One is just a general thing about the arms with the kicking movement. All the kicks. So this is the same for all the kicks. So we start with our arms crossed. And what I'd like you to really feel in this starting position is when we do standing practice and we really feel that there's this expanding balloon here, I want you to keep that feeling and just cross your arms. So what I'm seeing is that some of us have our arms, what looks like, and cameras are deceptive, is your arms are quite close. Try and expand it out as much as you can so that you really feel the pull at the back, your shoulder blades pulling on your spine. The other thing is when we do, let's say we're here, when we do the arm movements, we call it painting the rainbow. So the arms come up sort of roughly eye height and come down. One of the couple of things to check here. One is we try and keep this a smooth movement. It's hard with balance. You sort of go boom, it's easier. But try and keep it a smooth movement. The other thing is check your final position. The palms are about shoulder height. So the palms are shoulder height and the arms are taiji straight. So they're straight, but they've got a little bend. So the arms are not locked. They actually have a bit of a bend and they're not up, they're actually down. So the palms are about the same height as your shoulders. It's hard, I've noticed with my camera, because the camera is higher than I am, when my arms are at the same height, it doesn't always look as if the palms are at the same height, but and I may be doing it wrong, but that's the theory. Um, so then the next thing is, let's look at the transition from right strike tiger to that heel kick. So you're going, if you're going to the front, this is the direction you're going. I'm going to turn through 90 degrees so you can see me from this. Actually, no, I'm going to turn all the way around. Okay, so I've done right strike tiger. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to, with our body turning, the body turning is going to open the back foot, the left foot. So the left foot is going to turn through 90 degrees. So the left foot is going to go from one corner to the other corner, but the arms don't change. Then two things happen. The left arm is going to block out. It's going to connect out. So imagine there's somebody here. So the lower arm is going to connect out. And the upper arm is going to start coming down as the back foot closes. Then you're going to stand up and kick. So let's just do that together a couple of times. I'll just call the cues. So we are in a right bow stance, right arm up. One, with body turning, open the left toe, but don't move your weight. Your weight is still mostly on the right. Arms don't change. Two, shifting your weight to the left, connect out with the right. Sorry, with the left arm, the right arm starts coming down and the toe comes in. Three, stand up, cross the arms, relax the fists, and kick. Again, we're in right strike tiger. One, with body turning, turn the left toe through 90 degrees, hands don't change, weight doesn't really move much. Two, connect out with a weight shift, right toe starts closing, stand up, arms cross, and kick. One more time. One, turn the left toe, keep the arms the same, weight doesn't really go much. Now move your weight as you connect out with the left arm, the right toe closes, right arm drops. Continue the circle with the right arm and kick. And let's just speed this up just to get us. Sometimes it's harder when you do it slowly because your body has to rethink every time. So just do it on your own time. Open the toe, shift the weight as the left blocks out, right comes down, right toe comes in, stand up, look, and kick. Okay, so that's the kick. Yes, go ahead, Judith. You're muted.
You're kicking to the other corner. You're kicking.
Right.
You've been doing the strike tiger to one corner. Now you're going 90 degrees, essentially.
Correct. Yep. So if we started to the front, if I'm facing the front here, I've done right strike tiger. I'm actually, my direction is going through 90 degrees. Okay, good question. Okay. So boxing opponent's ears. Okay, so there are a couple of things that I noticed that I just want to underline. So we've done, yeah, so we started with the right strike tiger. So I'm going in the same direction as you. I've done the kick. So with I turn my body first and then my toe follows. So it's actually the body turns and then the toe follows. And at that, when I get to my toe going to the side, to the 9 o'clock direction, my arms are out and parallel. So I'm ending up with my arms like this. They're shoulder height, shoulder width, and they're pointing to the corner. So let's do that together. So we've done Yes, we've done the right heel kick. Okay. So turn the body, close the left foot. Now both arms are pointing to the corner. Sink, step, the arms come down, heel touch, then the arms circle up. The other thing that I want us to just attend to is this movement here. It's a difficult movement. So we're starting with our arms parallel. They come down. As they come to the hips, in order to keep my chest sinking, my elbows go out. Now I'm going to turn my arms. And so my fists are actually making a circle. Actually, my fists aren't necessary. My fist rotation isn't the key thing. Just think about where the path your wrist is following in space. It's going around so that it ends up here. So let's do this together. So drop, elbows come out, both arms circle and sit, what we say, sit the wrist. So just to here. So just drop the arms and make a nice circle. Drop the arms and make a circle. Drop the arms and make a circle. Then the circle will continue up to punch to the ears. The last thing, and this is just hands, which is really not the key thing. When we punch, we imagine that we're punching an opponent's head. So don't have your hands too close together. You know, they're about, like, there's a head inside here when you're striking. Okay. So let's do those together just a couple of times. So we've done the right heel kick. Boxing opponent's ears. One, turn the body, close the left foot, both arms to the corner. Drop the arms. When the palms are at the hips, you're touching with the heel. As the foot flattens, you're making this circle. The knee hasn't really bent yet. Then as the knee bends, you're striking up to the ears. What we call ears, it's really the temple. Again, we've done a right heel kick to the left side, the 9 o'clock. Boxing opponent's ears, turn the left foot 45 degrees, both arms to the corner. Sink, heel touch, hands by the waist. Rotate, foot flattens. Punch up, knee bends. How is that? Is that making sense? Michael? No, he's talking to somebody else, I think.
Uh, how far back do your elbows go when you come down?
Fantastic question, Michael.
Go down like this, or is it just going straight down?
Yeah. Yes. So the rule of, so we always try and take it back to a general rule of thumb, because the nice thing about this style is that it's like Lego. The same things show up everywhere. And so the rule of thumb is you never want your elbow to go past the side of your body. So you don't want your elbow to be out here. You never want your elbow more than about here. And then the next thing is, well, why? Right? What's the reason for that? And the reason is so that you can keep your chest sinking, which is one of our key posture things. Because if you actually bring your elbow past the side, you'll find your chest opens and your back closes. So what we are trying to do then is, as the palms come down, we take the elbows out to the side and then they come up. So as the palms come down, the elbows go out to the side and come up. So that what we don't want to do is this, which is the elbows coming behind us, because that means we're opening our chest and collapsing our back. Yes, that's nice, Michael. Yeah. Okay, good. And then the last one is, so we've done the boxing opponent's ears. And this is going to be another heel kick. And I don't think that there was much there that we needed to work on. Let's just review it since it was the new movement last week. So we've done boxing opponent's ears to the corner. So front 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, so 10:30-ish, I guess. So we've done punching opponent's ears. One, as we shift forward our weight, the arms come down. As we start standing up, the arms rotate. Arms cross as we get to the top when we release the fists, and heel kick. The one thing to pay attention to here is what we always pay attention to when we rotate the arms, and this is in cloud hands. It's in actually it's in strike tigers. So it's in cross hands too. So we started here. So the arm comes down, and you notice I've got my elbow down, and I'll open my fist so you can just see my palm. I want to go from this position to this position. So from this position to this position. And essentially what we're doing is, to do this, is we're rotating the whole arm. And actually at the sides, my arm is straight. So actually if you look at it from the side, what it looks like is I'm starting here, arms come down, and they rotate. So it's just this movement. And that's the key. And we get lots of opportunities to practice. Yes, Tessie, that looks good. Yep, yes. Okay, let's do that together one more time, just so we can fix it in our minds. So we've done the left, we've done boxing opponent's ears. 1, shift forward weight, arms start coming down. 2, stand up as you rotate the arms, still fists. As you stand up, release the fists, heel kick. Okay. Are there any questions? Good. So we have some time. So we're going to do that mega turn that Judith asked about, and there are many ways to teach or learn this. I'll share mine with you. There are other teachers, other ways of doing it, which may be better for you. Let me just demonstrate the movement. So we've done a left heel kick. We're going to sink, stretch out the left leg behind us, left arm palm up, right arm palm down. I'm going to turn with the body, rotate all the way around, land on my heel, cross the arms, stand up, and kick. Bend knee. So the purpose of this movement, and actually the purpose of all the turns, is to adjust yourself relative to your opponent. And so, for example, if you want to stay close to your opponent, you turn close. But if you want to back away from your opponent, you'd step back. The reason I make that distinction is, depending on whether you're stepping back or staying close, you land either on the heel or the ball of your foot. In the form, we're going to land on the ball of our foot. So because that's how we do it in the form. So let's just walk it around. So we stretch out the left leg, left arm straight out, palm up. We're going to walk around, and I want you to land on the heel of your left foot, facing in the same direction that you started. Then stand up and kick. So you're starting with you're standing on your right leg to the one corner. You're going to come around, land on the left foot, going to the other corner, but you're facing in the same direction. So that's the overall mechanics of it. Frown. Yes, Judith. You're muted.
Just repeat. So let's say you start at 10,
Facing the left side, let's say.
yeah, you start, well, at 10 o'clock, about
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. And then when you finish, you're back again at 9 o'clock, but on the other foot?
Correct.
Okay.
So the way I think about it is my opponent is in the 9 o'clock direction.
Mhm.
In order to kick them, I've got 45 degrees between my kicking leg and my standing leg. So this standing leg, my right leg, is pointing off by 45 degrees to the one side, to my right foot. I'm going to come around. My opponent is still in that direction.
I
I'm
see.
going to kick in that direction, but now the standing foot's the other one, so it's 45 degrees the other way.
That helps. Okay.
Okay. So then the next thing is, how do you get around? And, you know, for those of us who are not on a wood floor or on sticky shoes, this is really hard. I'm fortunate. I'm on a nice hard floor, but this is what works for me. Let's first do the setup. So we've done the kick. We're going to bend our right leg and put the left leg behind us and turn the left palm up. So both arms are out. The right palm is down, the left palm is up, and the left leg is behind me. If you look at it from this side, so you can see the right hand, I'm like this. Now, what you want to try and do is not bend your torso down too much. Try and keep your torso up and put your leg back. If your torso is down too much, you've got too much momentum on this side and it'll be hard to stop. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the body. So the way I practice this is just start, you're standing on your right leg, and just turn everything, make a turn to the right, so you can feel what this turn is like. And then go and land. We'll do this a few times and then we'll come back to it and it takes time for our bodies to learn the balance. Okay, standing on the right leg, bend the right leg, turn the left palm up, put the left leg back, turn and come around, land and stand up. Kick. One of the things to pay attention to, this will help you as your body gets used to it, is you're going to start the turn with your left leg straight behind you, but as you finish, bring your left leg in so that it's closer to the body so that you can land on your left heel. And let's do that again. And so let's do the practice swings. We'll do 2 and then we'll go on the third one. Sink. Left leg back. So turn to the right a little, come back. Number 2 to the right a little and come back. Now we're going to go. Turn. Use your momentum to bring you around and kick. How's that going? Yes, Judith.
So there's sort of a Hail Mary moment where you,
Yes. Didi Hilke, the way they teach it is they actually call it the wee, Wheeeeeee. And so Didi likes to have people go, wee. For me, I found, and so that's definitely one way to like get the Hail Mary in. That doesn't work for me personally because if I have too much Hail Mary, the grace never ends. And I just keep turning and turning and turning and I can't stop. So that's why for me, I find it easier to start the turn, go around, and then land. But, you know, it takes time for your body to get used to that turn. Okay. We'll come back and practice this a little bit more, but I want to do the last new movement, and then we'll come back and practice this some more. So the last new movement, so we've done turn body right heel kick. So now we're going to do parry, block, and punch. And so let's just walk through the movement. And this is a very abbreviated parry, block, and punch. This is like the summary movement. So one, we're going to sink and touch with the heel center line to sides. Arms don't chain. Then with a waist movement, with the body, as the body comes forward, three things happen. Your right palm turns up, your left palm comes to the shoulder, and you flatten the right foot. So from here, start again. So we've done the right heel kick. One, sink, center line to side, right foot to the corner. Now as you shift the weight forward, rotate the right arm, left arm to the shoulder, and flatten the foot. And after this, it's easy. That's 2. 3, step through, block out with the left arm, right palm to the hips, and then punch. And so this is parry, block, and punch the way you know it. And I will do it from this direction. So we've done turn body, right heel kick. Going to parry, block, and punch. So 1, sink, heel touch, center line to sides, arms don't change. 2, with weight moving forward, foot flattens, right palm turns up, left palm comes to the shoulder. 3, shift weight forward, step through, heel touch, you're blocking out with the left arm. And the reason I want to show this, check that your right palm is by your right hip. And then move by pushing with your right leg, bend the knee, and punch out. Michael, this is another position of the right palm is another example of your question of where the elbows are. So let's see if we can talk about that. So we've done a right heel kick, sit, step, shift weight forward, rotate, step forward, block. So if you look at my right palm, my chest is actually sinking so that my right elbow isn't very far, and actually my right elbow isn't past the side of my body. It might look that way on the camera because my chest is actually turned to the corner. So this is actually the position of my arm. You can see there's a nice big gap here because I've got my chest sinking. It shouldn't be like this. It should be like this. So not back here, but chest sinking. Yeah, maybe a little bit lower, Michael, so that the outside of your fist is roughly where your leg creases. So roughly where the greater trochanter is. I think that's the right name for it. I don't know. Okay, so let's do that again. So we've done right heel kick. We're going to do parry, block, and punch. So 1, sit, step out, center line to sides, right foot to the corner, arms don't change. 2, flatten the right foot, right arm rotates, left arm to the shoulder. 3, step through, block out with the left arm, right palm to the right hip. Your leg is straight, you've got a nice root. Now push with the right leg to bend the knee and punch out. One thing to check, your final position when you've done parry, but that looks really nice, Tessie, and Karen, you look good as well. So you want the palm to be opposite the center of the right forearm, and you want about fist width between the palm and the forearm. So I think we're all looking pretty good. Yeah, that looks great, Tessie. Yeah. Okay. Couple more times. We've done a right heel kick. So 1, sink, step out, center line to sides, arm don't change. 2, with weight shifting forward, foot flattens, right arm rotates, left arm to the shoulder. 3, step through, block out, right palm to the right hip, heel touch, keep moving forward, bend knee, striking out. and I'll do it from this side. So we've done a right heel kick. Parry, block, and punch. Sink, step out. Now, shift weight forward, left palm to the shoulder, right arm rotates, knee, foot flattens. Step through, block out, and punch. And that is parry, block, and punch. So I will ask Susan to step in for a moment since she's actually lurking. Let's just try and show a couple of the applications. My gosh, math. Thank you, Susan. Okay, so yeah. So let's say we've done, since Susan wasn't here last week, or we didn't do this, the first thing I wanted to talk about is after we've done punch to opponent's ears, we are going to do, what are we going to do? Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to do a left heel kick. Sorry. So the left heel kick is just this. And so the meaning of this is just catching your opponent's arms and lifting them up. And so if Susan comes and punches at me, I just catch these arms. And as I open, you can see I'm pulling her arm out of the way. So now this arm can't do anything because it's on the other side, and I can kick here. So again, if Susan comes in, I block and kick, or wherever I'm going to kick. So that's this movement. So it's just catching the arms, separating the arm away, and kick. Now, here you're going to have to use your imagination because I don't do this turn very well. But if I've done this kick and Susan is going to punch to me again, I'm going to turn and then kick. So let's try that again and try and do it slightly less badly. So I'm going to deflect her away, turn, and then I can kick. If Susan is coming, I want to get some distance, I can step back here. Now I've got some distance and I can do maybe a higher kick. So the key for this one, and I apologize for the quality of the application, is this movement as we're turning, your left arm is actually deflecting your opponent's arm. You're coming around and then kicking. Does that make sense, Susan? Yes, okay. Good. So let's call that good. Thank you. Okay. Are there any questions? So let's practice the turn body right heel kick again a few times, since hopefully other parts of your body have been working and are maybe a little bit warmer. Okay, so we've done a left heel kick, and I'll do it in the, assuming we're all starting facing the Redmond mirror is my garage door, going to the left, the 9 o'clock direction. So 1, sink, rotate the left arm, left leg behind you. Then you're going to turn. So that's 1, 2, and now let's go on number 3. Turn and stand up and kick. Again, left heel kick. 1, sink, left leg behind you. Turn and kick. Again, sink, left arm behind you, arms out straight. Turn, stand up and kick. So one of the things to work on, which is, you might ask, so where exactly am I landing with my left foot? Where should I be aiming to land with my left foot? I can at least give you the theory. So with my left foot, I'm going to come around. I want to land here so that when I shift my weight back, I am one line, two sides with my right foot. So I can just pick up my right foot and I'm one line, two sides. Then I can just pick up. If in doing this movement, I land way over here, this is a really big movement to bring my foot in and stand up. So you want to land with your left heel quite close to your right foot. Again, done a left heel kick. Sink, left leg straight behind you, arms out. Turn, stand up, and kick. And let's continue parry, block, and punch. 1, sink, step center line to side, arm don't change. 2, shift weight forward, rotate right arm to shoulder. Step through, block out with the left, right by the right hip, and punch. Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Now, we're rotating on our right ball of our foot. Is that correct when we're coming around?
That is absolutely right. Thank you, Michael. I should have, thank you for reminding me. So the rule is when we are going to change the weight-bearing foot from one to the other, we pivot on the ball. When we pivot on a leg and we're going to keep on that leg, we pivot on the heel. So for example, when we've done left separation kick and we're going to do left heel kick, this is pivoting on the heel. When we've done the right heel kick and we're going to punch to opponent's ears, we pivot on the heel because the leg doesn't change. But in this case, as you noticed, Michael, because we're going to shift, so we've done a left heel kick, we're going to change feet, we pivot on the ball because we're going to step over onto the other foot and kick. Another thing that I want to mention, and then we'll practice one last time, it's not just Hail Mary, it's hesitation is the problem. So don't, and this is true for all the kicks and turns, when you've done your left heel kick and you straighten your right leg, go immediately. Don't wait, because if you wait, your balance starts going. So straighten your leg behind you and go. The same is true when we've done left separation kick. So with left separation kick, straighten the left leg, go around. As soon as you've straightened your leg, go. Don't wait. Go ahead, Judith.
After the final right separation kick, we're going to parry, block, and punch. It's sort of, I hate to say it this way, but the same old parry, block, and punch that we've been doing for the whole rest of the two sections, right? We're just, it's a new preparation, but it's coming back into the same preparation for an apparent close-up.
That's right. Yes. With one footnote, which is that this parry, block, and punch really is very abbreviated. Because the normal parry, block, and punch, so for example, if we do parry, block, and punch from left brush knee, there's a parry, there's a deflect,
Yes.
and then there's a block, right? With this one, we've done a right heel kick. This you could call a parry, the right arm coming down, but really it's mostly just a block.
Mostly, okay.
It's mostly just, the right arm comes down and you're doing a block and then you're doing a punch. Okay, and so I have run long again, I apologize, but let's do what we did today all the way through to the end. So all the way through to the end, you know that. we've done parry, block, and punch, apparent closing up, cross hands, and we'll stop there. So let us start. We've done, okay, let's say we've done punching to opponent's ears. So we're in the right bow stance to the left front corner. Left heel kick, shift forward weight, rotate arms, stand up, left heel kick. Turn body, right heel kick, sink, leg behind you, go. And right heel kick. Parry, block, and punch, sink, step one line to side. As the weight comes forward, arms change, shift your weight forward, block out, and punch. Apparent closing up with the waist turning, yield your right arm forward, left arm shuttles under the right, sits back, palms by the chest, pushing out. Cross hands, shift back, big circle with the arms, and here's that same arm turn. As you change feet, both feet parallel, into cross hands. This is the end of the second section. Let's do that one last time. So we are going from punching to opponent's ears, right bow stance to the corner. Left heel kick, shift forward weight, both arms come down. Arm circle, stand up, look in the side direction. Left heel kick, turn body, right heel kick, sink. Left leg behind you, rotate the left arm, turn, cross the arms, look in the side direction, heel kick. Parry, block, and punch. Sink, step one line to side, foot to the corner, weight forward, rotate right arm, left palm to the shoulder. Step through, block with the left, right palm by the hips. Bend the front leg as you punch out. Apparent closing up with the waist turning, yield to the right. Left arm shuttles under the right arm. They separate. Bring both palms in front of your ribs and then push forward. Cross hands with the body turning, circle. Block out to the right corner. Sit your weight back onto the left. Rotate the arms, feet parallel. Lift your crossed arms. We're in cross hands. And actually, while we're here, check that your arms are nice and round. Feel as if somebody's pulling your wrists away from your chest. And finish. And that is the end of the second section. And next week we'll do some review. So if you have any questions, please bring your questions. And we'll work on the whole of the second section. Let us finish. 同学们，再见。
也是再见。